This morning, a quick look at how different neighborhoods celebrated the holidays, like how one family continued their tradition of serving those who have served their country. Plus, what happened around the world as millions commemorated Christmas and the beginning of Hanukkah. NBC 26 Today starts right now.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Lauren Larson. Thanks for waking up with us here on NBC 26 Today. Well, if you are headed out the door to do any holiday shopping, holiday returns, or any last-minute holiday gatherings, it is a foggy morning, and you can expect this weather pattern to last throughout the next couple of days. Our visibility is less than 2 miles throughout a handful of our neighborhoods this morning, and we aren't seeing much on the satellite and radar. Some clouds are moving into Wisconsin. There's a little bit of rain and mixed precipitation in Michigan, but we have our own rain in store for us throughout the day. It will really be on and off showers, and most of us will only see some drizzle, but then tonight and into tomorrow, we're expecting even more rain. Now, a little bit of freezing drizzle and a little bit of freezing fog this morning is triggering a winter weather advisory throughout most of our counties that expires at noon as our temperatures climb above freezing. We'll talk a little bit more about the weather and have a look at some furry festive friends in my full forecast. Stick with us.
Good morning and thank you for joining us this Thursday. I'm McLeod Hageman. We hope everyone is embracing the holiday season, and we begin by taking a look at how our neighbors celebrated Christmas. One family in Door County hosted no-cost meals for veterans. Your Door County neighborhood reporter, Hannah Lopez, shares how long this tradition has been happening.
Here at the VFW Post 3088, one family has made it their holiday tradition to serve those who served us. On Christmas Day, at the VFW Post 3088 in Sturgeon Bay, Terry and Sally Werkheiser host their annual Christmas Day meal for veterans and their families.
My wife was watching one of the veterans specials, and they were talking about the number of suicides by veterans on Christmas Day, and that's where the idea came from.
Though the Werkheisers were not in the military, they host the meal for those who might be spending the holidays without company.
If we weren't here, we'd be sitting home alone. I was like, well, that's not right on Christmas Day.
One widow of a veteran I spoke to says this is her second year at the meal, enjoying the company of those around her since her husband passed and her children do not live in the area. This is either their 6th or 7th year hosting, Terry says.
There was another couple was here every year with us for quite some time, and they helped us get started.
He says in years past, they have hosted anywhere between 10 to 40 people. The Werkheisers start preparing for the meal on Christmas Eve.
We actually started prepping yesterday, decorating and stuff here, but we're here by 8:30 in the morning.
For Sally's son, Stephen Whitaker, he says this has become his favorite Christmas Day tradition.
Overly joyed to do this. This isn't out of my way. This is what we plan for every year. I come to help.
Terry says they make sure guests know they have a place at their table every year.
We always make sure that when people are leaving, they know we're doing this again next year. There's no two ways about it. We're here.
The Werkheisers say they plan on hosting the Veterans Christmas meal here at the Sturgeon Bay VFW, so mark your calendars for 2025. At the VFW Post 3088 in Sturgeon Bay, Hannah Lopez, NBC 26.
In Coleman, one couple is once again spreading joy this holiday with their Sponsor an Elder program. Zach and Cody Barden, along with almost 600 sponsors, donate floral arrangements to neighbors spending Christmas Day in elder care facilities. The Bardens own Bloom House 23. That's a flower shop and boutique in Coleman. For the third year, they accepted donations and volunteer help from 10 different families to give floral arrangements to elders in 10 different nursing homes or hospice facilities. Now, those who received floral arrangements also got a handmade card for children, and all jars and vases were donated by community members. And a scary reminder that the ice on the Bay of Green Bay isn't as thick as some people might think. A snowmobile with 2 people on board went through the ice about 200 yards offshore yesterday morning in Swamico. That's off Cottage Row. First responders say the riders rescued themselves, but the machine is submerged in about 12 feet of water. Officials remind everyone that if you do rescue yourself, notify authorities right away so they don't launch a rescue operation. And the season of giving continues with the Community Blood Center's 7th annual holiday blood drive in Appleton. All donors will receive a long-sleeve CBC t-shirt, breakfast or lunch, and cocoa or hot coffee. Plus, first-time donors will also receive a $25 gift card. The blood drive will take place at Poplar Hall in Appleton. That's today from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m.
We now travel beyond our neighborhoods to see how people across the country and the world celebrated Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the first day of Hanukkah. We start to New York City, where thousands gathered for Mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral. That was yesterday and Tuesday.
There's nothing quite like spending the holiday at Mass inside the nation's largest cathedral, a tradition that's more than a century old. With the commercial aspect of Christmas taking front and center, many attendees said they want to remember what Christmas is really all about. In North Carolina, the Salvation Army of Hendersonville worked to help families in need, including those impacted by Hurricane Helene. The organization didn't even take Christmas Eve off, instead holding what they called emergency Christmas assistance. They opened their doors and welcomed anyone who lives in the area and had not received toy assistance. In Washington, D.C., the National Hanukkah Menorah lighting took place last night for the first nights of Hanukkah. Now, hundreds gathered to watch the 46th annual menorah lighting ceremony, which marks the first night of the 8-day celebration. This year, Hanukkah will be celebrated from December 25th through January 2nd. Also in the nation's capital, President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden kept busy. On Christmas Eve, the first couple stayed up late to track Santa Claus as he made his way to the United States with the help of the North American Aerospace Defense Command. On Christmas Day, the Bidens spoke to U.S. troops around the world, sharing how grateful they are for sacrifice and courage during the holiday season. And the holidays were harder in some parts of the world. In Ukraine, people took shelter in metro stations Christmas morning after Russia launched a massive missile and drone barrage targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky saying in a social media post, quote, "Putin deliberately chose Christmas for an attack. What could be more inhumane?" And in Vatican City, Pope Francis in his Christmas message called for talks between Ukraine and Russia to end the war that followed Moscow's full-scale invasion 2 years ago and killed tens of thousands. Speaking from the central balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, the Pope said, quote, "May the sound of arms be silenced in war-torn Ukraine." Pope Francis also renewed his call for a ceasefire in the Israeli-Hamas war and for the release of the remaining Israeli hostages held by Hamas. And on the first night of Hanukkah in Israel, Judaism's Festival of Lights was welcomed in Tel Aviv by people with a silent protest for those who remain hostages in Gaza. Mothers, daughters, and supporters met for the quiet vigil, dressing all in white. And in Jerusalem, relatives of hostages lit the first candle of Hanukkah at the Western Wall. And heading now to the United Kingdom, King Charles and members of the royal family attended a Christmas Day service yesterday at St. Mary Magdalene's Church. King Charles arrived at the church accompanied by Queen Camilla, Prince William, Princess Catherine, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, Prince Louis, and other members of the royal family. And finally in France, 5 years after a fire nearly destroyed the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, the newly restored cathedral celebrated its first Christmas Day Mass yesterday. Paris Archbishop Laurent Ulrich led the Mass, during which he made reference to the cathedral's remarkable restoration. Following the 2019 fire, nearly $1 billion in donations poured in from around the world to help restore the landmark. Now here's Lauren with a quick look at your neighborhood forecast.
Another festive furry friend for you this morning. This is Jasmine, right now living at the Fox Valley Humane Association. So up for adoption, you can definitely check her out on their website. She's wearing a cute little pink sweater here. And then you can see there isn't any snow on the ground in this photo. We don't have any snow as we go throughout the next couple of days, so we can say goodbye to the white Christmas. We actually have some rain in store for us throughout the next couple of days. I'll let you know how much rain you can expect and the temperatures going along with that in my full forecast after the break.